Welcome to the Panther Pad Podcast. I am General Mike Payne of the original Black Panthers of VA, National General under King Rick. And with me I have...
Lola Truitt, Panther Soldier.
That's right. Today we are going to cover one major topic, one story that's going on, and then we are going to have not only a special guest, but our special guest is also our host. So we're going to find out a lot about our host today, all right? And what brought her into the original Black Panthers. So let's get started. Start us off with this story.
Well, a very dear friend of mine who owns Supreme Hair Store in Williamsburg, Virginia, recently had a major loss in his family. His 1-year-old cousin was shot in D.C. by a man who was trying to carjack his father. The father had 2 children with him. He had the 1-year-old in his arm. The guy was trying to get the keys from him, and he tried to shoot the father, but he shot the baby instead. The gentleman, they're still looking for him. That was the last that I heard. They're still looking for him. If you know anything about the whereabouts of the gentleman, if you know him, please turn him in. That's something that we have to change in our community. If you know people that are committing crimes against children or women or anything, don't shield those people. There's no honor in being a child murderer. There's no respect in that, trying to shield someone who's done wrong like that.
That's true. That's true. And with that said, you know, I know back in the day there used to be a thing that was considered, I guess, criminal etiquette, you would call it. If you saw somebody with their child, even if you wanted to, you know, rough them up a little bit, or you was going to jump them or do whatever you was going to do to them, and you saw them with their child, you usually kind of just stall them out. You know, you just say, hey, I'm going to catch you next time, you know, whatever the case may be. That's just kind of how that used to go. They used to have other rules as far as not attacking old people, not attacking women. It was more just, you know, people in the lifestyle. You know, usually even civilians was just, you know, kind of a hit or miss type thing. But it was an etiquette to the criminal aspect of, you know, doing all these crazy things. And not to say that's better, but, well, it is. But not to say that it's something that, you know, we should definitely go back to. We need to get rid of it as a whole. But the crime in our communities, you know, some of them are getting more heinous. We have different things in our music that's promoting terms like savage, which I completely hate. It's disgusting to me. Because I remember that's what the white people would always call not only us, but the Native Americans and things like that.
Exactly, to dehumanize them.
Right, and to say that they weren't with, you know, what we had going on. They always wanted to consider somebody savages. Right. So I you know, I've always hated that, but we need to do better. And you know, even if you're in that lifestyle, you know, you should think about certain things because you don't want certain blood on your hands.
But can I say this though?
You can say whatever you like.
Thank you. With that mentality, that kind of reminds me of the code that Italian mobsters, because they tried to be gentlemen, even though they were breaking the law, they tried to be gentlemen about the whole situation. Yeah. So that whole lifestyle was left and promoted to the Black community, but we don't have that etiquette down to a T. Not saying, like you said, it's right. They were really gentlemen what they were doing. These guys out here are not. They're just doing stupid crimes.
Well, not now. Back then, like I said, in those times, you know, we picked it up and we adopted it. You know,
and part
put
of
it
our
in
culture.
our music, put it in our culture, and which is crazy, but that's what happens when your culture's taken from you and your identity is taken from you. You're always constantly searching for another culture to latch on to, and we've been doing that from the beginning.
Scarface, all that was promoted highly in I would say 80s and 90s. All those movies.
And even the ones that wasn't promoted, we latch onto it anyway.
Exactly.
You know, so.
I remember watching Scarface with my dad. You know, mom watching. My mom loves The Godfather.
Oh, okay. Classic. It's classic.
You know, the part with Sonny hitting the guy with the trash can, even though he was winning, bit his hand. That was my part.
There you go.
Not because he was losing, but because he was winning. That was great.
All right.
Going on some notes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to the next subject. And the next subject is important. All right? It's a great thing. We're going to talk to you. All right? You are tonight, well, you are my special guest. I'll put it to you that way. And yeah. First, I'll go with the first question. What attracted you to the original Black Panthers? What made you want to join an organization such as this?
Well, what made me want to join was I already had a love and a passion for my people.
Okay.
Even before I even thought about joining, I already was doing a lot of pro-Black knowledge and education on my Facebook page because I realized our people do not know who they are. Mm-hmm. We don't understand our history, and even if we know about it, we don't really feel that there's nothing we can do to change our future and our destiny, and that's the biggest lie going. So I'm sitting home talking about all these horrible stories through history, and I'm realizing our history is repeating ourselves, and I start to think, well, what could I do that could impact our community in a positive way? I'm talking about it, I'm complaining about it, but what am I doing about it?
There you go.
So I remember a lot of people online were like saying, well, I'm an activist. And I looked at the word activist. If you're not actively doing nothing, you're nobody. You're not an activist.
Right. Yeah.
So I said, either I'm going to do this or I'm not. Mm-hmm. It took me a while to get my home life straight because I had a lot of stuff going on. I knew I wanted to dedicate myself to the Black movement to liberate our people fully. I knew there was something I wanted to do, but I was looking at it from the wrong point of view.
Okay.
And the way I was looking at it, I would end up in federal prison. Because I had a lot of people follow me, at the time. People still have some people follow me. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and put this together. Let's go ahead and overthrow this shit. Let's do what we need to do to get the nation going. But I realized by you telling me we don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
Because I was about to rough the whole government the fuck off. At least try. Sorry about that. Swear jar.
Swear jar.
But I was really about to rough the fucking government off. Like, sorry. I can't say that on camera. You can edit that out. But anyway, those were my plans, okay?
Those were her plans.
Those were my plans. But then I came across the original Black Panther page in March. Mm-hmm. And I saw the beautiful work you and the Black Panther soldiers are doing in the community. The thing that touched me the most was Christmas with the Panthers.
Okay.
And also the community cleanup. When I saw how gentle you were with the children and how your organization was putting things together, that touched me so deeply. I was watching like, oh, he called her the queen. Oh. So then I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of that. I want to do this. So then I inboxed you and found out how I could support you. Mm-hmm. And then eventually I asked, could I join? But then
she ghosted me.
I ghosted him.
For the longest.
It wasn't for the longest because I still was referring people to the page and I still was getting people trying to join.
Okay. When you finally came on.
I was helping people know about the page and stuff.
Okay.
So I didn't ghost you, make me sound like I was quietly observing.
Which you should. And why did you do that?
Because I wanted to make sure you were who you say you were.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of people out here saying that they're Panthers and they're not.
Absolutely.
They have no covering. They're just out here doing a bunch of stupid shit.
Swear jar.
Sorry. Out here doing a bunch of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And I did not want to get tangled up in something that wasn't the right way of going to get the liberation that I want for my people and also help my people. Mm-hmm. So I was watching just to see. Okay. Also, I was doing a background check on a few different things, making sure you actually were a decent person, and you are.
Thank you.
Have to check that sex offender list, and you're not on there.
Thank you.
So, I didn't find anything. So I said, you know what? Because you got to check these days.
Yeah, you do.
So I was just making sure everything checked out. Mm-hmm. So we set up that appointment for the Starbucks in Hampton.
Yep.
I saw the panda pull up.
Ah, there we go.
So you walking with a swag, walking in there and tipped your hat. I was like, okay.
That's how I went.
You tipped your hat. So you said, okay, hello, queen. I was like, oh. So then we sat down. We went through the paperwork, had a really nice conversation about the community and about.
Absolutely.
I'll never forget that day. I signed up. Then in January, it was Lobby Day.
Lobby Day. And for those that don't know what Lobby Day is, it's where everybody goes out and we promoted the Second Amendment and fought for our right to be able to bear arms. And that was her first day out with us, right?
Yeah, that
first
was
day
my
out.
very first day with my boots to the ground.
There you go.
And that day was full of action-packed punches.
There we go. Yeah, it was a little something.
Sweetie, I was like beside myself. I'll be 7 years old still talking about that punch. If you're out there, how's your jaw doing?
You gotta tell the people what you're talking about.
So
They ain't gonna be
pretty
lost.
much. Okay, so this is what happened. I have to be calm. All right, this is what happened. When we got to lobby day, there was this peculiar black guy was wearing like a sweatshirt, shorts, and sandals. No, he had boots on type deal.
Yeah, with a Bowie knife and a gun.
Exactly. Had all this extra stuff on that was totally out of place. Mind you, it was cold. I wonder, is he hot or is he cold? Anyway, he was walking around saying, hey, you need to talk to me. You're a coward. You don't want to talk to me. And he started saying a lot of stupid, black, offensive stuff.
Yeah, the point was I was already doing interviews with people, and he was just yapping on the side. I did stop to answer his question.
Being annoying.
Yeah, and then he asked another question, and I couldn't, I was talking to the actual reporters and the different people that were out there. So he was just basically a spectator, and, but I still was polite enough to answer a couple of his questions.
Yeah.
But he kept going and kept going.
You answered 2 of his questions.
Yeah, so I had to deviate and go back to, who I'm supposed to be talking to.
But his questions didn't make sense.
No, they didn't. But, I was polite enough to,
You were a gentleman about it.
Yeah, he followed us around everywhere, so.
So then what happened was Brother Gerald told him just to wait and, General would get back with him. He pushed him. So me and looked and we're like, wait a minute, did this just happen?
You throw out all the names, ain't you?
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
So I was like, did this just happen? So then we tried to take our brother and, pull him away so nothing, altercation to break out. But General, like a gentleman, stops, excuse me, hold on 1 minute. All I felt was a gust of wind. And I heard a loud thud. And a guy, I swear on everything that I love, he had, I guess you knocked the masculinity out of him. He just said, that man just assaulted me. I need him arrested. I want him arrested now.
There was so many police out there. It was ridiculous.
The police was laughing at him. Because he got what he truly deserved.
And yeah, so we ended our day that day. We had a pretty good, long, extensive day anyway. But so after that,
that's when I realized you were the guy you said you were. You really were about that life. I said, okay, so he is that guy. I was like, okay, that really resonated with me. You were serious.
Oh yeah.
So I said, this is serious. If you're out there, how is your jaw doing?
So she became a member. She's been a member for almost about a year, year and some change now, right?
It's a year now, and I'm happy to be here.
Right. We're happy to have you.
I'm so excited.
So, that's her story, and it's important, and we want to put that story out there because I know a lot of people can relate to being either apprehensive to joining or whatever the issues is.
But you told me so much.
Well, thank you.
During that time, that you said I ghosted you.
Yeah.
You would leave me messages, and you had told me one day, it was in August, you had said, you're always going to have adversity and problems. You're always going to have hard times. Just make being a Panther a lifestyle and learn how to overcome adversity and just continue just to be a Panther. You don't have to stop your life. You're not going to stop going to work.
Right.
You're going to still go to work and you're having hard times. Just apply that to the Panther life, and I did, and I've been here ever since.
True.
So if you have second thoughts about joining because you have a lot of stuff going on, I have a lot of stuff going on, but I still don't let that get in the way of what I need to do for my community. So that's how I look at it.
And that's our show. So, once again, like, subscribe, follow, ring the bell, look up all of our information. Our wonderful, extraordinary editor will have it right down here at the bottom of the screen. All right, right down there. All right, so check all that stuff out, and we will see you next Friday at 7 p.m. All power to the people.
Yeah.
All power to the people.